because simply because you worked for the money, then your partner becomes a slave for that asset. So not only in competition, harmful and unhealthy, in some cases it can also be abusive. In some cases, competitive marriage can be abusive. Yes, by the time you are being resentful comes in, you are being disloyal come in, no trust, no respect for one another comes in, there is bound to be toxicity. What do I call it now? Pardon my English, please. Now the relationship become toxic, and before you know it becomes abusive. So if your partner feels competitive with you, they may try to control you, manipulate you, or sabotage your success in order to protect or to promote their own accomplishment or to feel superior. So competitive relationship can also result in put downs or belittling each other. When you are being competitive in the relationship, you belittle one another. You find out that there's no respect. It belittles one another. So competitive relationship can also result to belittling each one another, which can cross the line into emotional abuse in relationship. So how do we now manage a competitive relationship? How do we manage a competitive relationship? See, for me, there shouldn't be room for competition. But when you now find out that you have a spouse that is just into you, a spouse that is competitive, when you realize that you're actually in a marriage where you cannot control it, what do you do? So you try as much as possible to try and overcome that competition first. You, even when your spouse seems to bring out that leg of competition, I was talking to somebody today. I said, just assume it's not happening. Even when your spouse does not discuss it with you, is becoming a dictator in the relationship, he does something and he doesn't even sought your opinion. Why? Because he wants to take all the glory to himself. I said, you as a woman, you owe him the obligation to ensure that you play your part. So if you have a partner that you notice that is competitive, I told some people, this is where some people at the end of the day, you start making that your partner become what do I call it now? You start making them become a little bit reserved. I've seen a case where, because the man knows what the woman is actually earning, he becomes threatened because he feels. And the woman just told me, said, for peace to reign, I have to start hiding some things. For peace to reign, I have to start hiding some things. And it's not supposed to be like that. Why? Because she was trying to just manage that home, because she understands how her husband affects success. And even the wife, there is this a case where the woman is working in a private firm that is paying her very little. I think she's working in a school, and the man is actually doing a big job, and the woman knows, and every little thing, you see the woman becomes moody, one day God will bless me. Is it not this condition, the school you went to, I went to? Is it not this condition that I find myself? If not for this condition, if not for this, if not for that, you wouldn't have. See, let me tell you, as long as you have decided to become one, forget about who do and who do not do. So, and if you need to address this issue of competition, have a conversation with your partner about the areas of strength and weakness, so you can establish that you both have talents, and these talents are different. you both have your strength and your strengths are different. Trying to make your partner understand that, look, whatever we are doing, we are not doing it for our mother again, we are not doing it for our father, we are actually living this life. Whatever wealth we are gathering it for ourselves and our children. So you can actually have a conversation with your partner, and instead of trying to belittle your partner's successes or outdo them, you can make an agreement with each other to focus on your areas of strength. Just focus on your areas of strength. All fingers are not equal. Just as I said, we are human. Whether we like it or not, yes, two have become one. One person goes out there to do the job. One person is the one earning it. So you earn differently. So it's just a matter of focus on your area of strength and make that area of strength become productive in your relationship. Learn on how to bring in that resources and let it be useful for that relationship. Please share this video, because this is one thing that is killing relationship these days. Is one common thing in so many homes. Please, I would like you to share this video. Let other people also learn. It's for both men and women to learn. We all need to sensitize people on this matter. So you can also channel your competitive drive into more appropriate outlets. For instance, instead of competing against each other, experts recommend that you compete together as a team to have a successful partnership. Instead of you trying to compete against one another, compete as a team. Come together and tell yourself, what do we need to do? So once you have established a partnership mentality within your relationship, you can start to move forward from the damage of being too competitive. Make an effort to compliment your partner, express gratitude for what they do for you, and celebrate their success with them. So when you do that, you can also make an effort to be a more supportive partner rather than trying to take glory, which requires to be empathetic toward your partner. Try to understand his or her perspective and support your partner dream. When we do all this, there won't be a reason for competition. There won't be a reason. Stop trying to be like Mr. Philip. Stop trying to be like the Andrews. Stop trying to be like the Juliet. Just be yourself. For the fact that that woman tells you that, my husband is the best husband in the world, does not make your own lesser. For the fact that that man will come out and say, my wife respects me so much, does not play with me, does not make your wife the worst. Instead, if that is what you wish for your husband, why not talk it out and say, honey, I would have loved us to live like this. There's no need putting pressure. Or you feel that, that thing that Mr. Thomas' wife is doing is what I would have actually wanted my wife to do. Have you been able to talk it out and say, honey, I love you to dress like this. I love to have my meals like this. I love to make my bed like this. There is so much to talk about in relationship. Relationship is not a thing that you just think you enter and today I am done with. So if we all are there to this and begin to see ourselves as a team in relationship and not as rivals, we will go far in our various relationships. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. If you have any question, you can DM me, you can send me a message to answer on what is bothering you. And you can also call for counseling. Are you going through any challenges in your relationship and you are saying, I don't even know who to talk to so that somebody will not mock me, or you have actually been receiving a lot of counsels and it's like it's not working? I am here for you. By God's wisdom, we'll be able to get through with it. Whatever you are going through right now, it is not the end of the road. There's no giving up when it comes to two becoming one. There's no, I can't carry it any longer. I want you to know that in whatever you are going through, your strength also is required. Where do you draw your strength from when in times like this, when there's challenges? Where do you draw your strength from? Do you go down to your neighbor at the street and just tell your neighbor that I wish my husband can be like your husband? Your husband can never be like her husband. Neither your wife can never be like your wife. Why? Because everyone has their destiny. Everyone has their strength. Everyone has their weakness. And as we recognize all this and we allow God, we allow Christ to take over, I bet you that our relationship will be sweeter than honey. And as we do this, may God give us the grace